Come on. Chomp Chomp Chewy. New home of the ribeye. Ooh. And we're back. Chomp Chomp Chewy. All right, so now we've made, our mushrooms, which, by the way, man, I'm telling you, I can't stay out of them. I'm not gonna have enough left for the main, which is this beautiful ribeye. Well, watch what we do with this. It's so simple. This steak is so delicious on its own that, I mean, I never ever marinate a good steak. I think it's a waste. I do. And it kind of masks. Once you start putting in the soy sauce, the Worcestershire, you know, whatever it is that people are putting in there for their marinade, for me, I think it just masks the beautiful flavor of a good steak. So we keep it simple. Salt, aggressively. I mean, you're gonna think this is too much. Believe me, it's not, right? We just want it seasoned so well. Fresh ground pepper. This makes all the difference. If you grind it fresh yourself, it's huge difference. All right, flip that bad boy over. Season high for even coverage. Man, oh man. All right, so we have our cast iron. Whack. We've got this guy heating up because we want it to be searing hot when we drop that meat on there, because we want to seal in everything and we want a really beautiful crust on it. By the way, leave your steaks out for like 20 minutes before you start cooking them. Minimum. I like mine room temperature. The reason is because if you try to cook a steak cold, then all that inner meat just binds up and it makes it tough. Whereas if it's room temperature, it's more relaxed, right? Think about yourself. If you're in the cold, you're like, ah, right? If you're in the house or if you're on the beach, you're more relaxed. You're chilling. All right, we're gonna get this pan searing hot, and when we come back, we're gonna drop it in there and we're gonna sear this guy. Our pan's smoking. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a cast iron, so it's seasoned, right? So it's kind of burning off that oil that's left behind from the seasoning. Now we have a little bit of oil going in. Our room temp, perfectly seasoned ribeye. Going right in. All right, so it's been about a minute on one side. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, definitely good to go. All right, so we've got our crust forming right here. Now, I'm gonna move this oil just a little bit around. Let's do that. And then the other side. That's been about a minute on both sides. So now we're gonna transition, okay? Look what we need. Butter, 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 no, butter. We need some butter. Let's call it a tablespoon. Maybe a little more. I'm not worried about that. All I'm caring about is the taste and that flavor that this is gonna infuse, the unctuousness, if you will. So let's go right here. I'm gonna melt this down. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a little flavor bomb, flavor bath. Next thing we're gonna do, clove of garlic. Smash it, no need to peel. Look at that. Leave the peel on it. We're gonna put it in that butter. And those aromatics are gonna start building. I just went outside and I grabbed just a little bit of fresh rosemary. I don't know if you can see it, but check that out. It's beautiful. So fragrant. Right into the butter. From here, we're back to 1 minute per side, okay? Let's go. Give yourself a little tilt, and then we start basting. The rosemary goes on. The butter goes on. Oh yeah, your fingers are gonna burn a little bit because it's cast iron pan, don't worry about that. It's all about the flavor. Get it going. All over that steak. We're not burning the butter. We're browning the butter, all right? You can see it. It's beautiful. Boom, that's it. Palms. One side. 60 more seconds and we're out of here. 60 more seconds and we rest. Look at that big beaut. Huh? Oh, yeah. Perfect. Next, we let it rest. Please don't cut it right now. If you do, all of the awesomeness is gonna run out of it. All the juice, all that flavor. Please let it rest. You can let this sucker rest for up to 10 minutes. I mean, you obviously don't want to get in cold, but let it rest. And while it does, we're gonna make an awesome pan sauce. Wow. Okay, so I know this is gonna be a little weird for some of you, but check this out. I'm gonna pull the husks out from the garlic. And careful, this is a little hot because I don't need that in there, right? I just want the garlic. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that garlic that's in there, and I'm gonna crush it down just a little bit more with my spoon. I'm gonna move it around a little bit. And remember, we're back on the heat at this point. This is cooking down. I need to scrape it. That fawn, those beef leavings basically is what we're talking about, is what I'm gonna scrape up here. Because that is all flavor. And that's what we want, okay? The garlic, that rosemary, scrape that up just a little bit. Don't go nuts on it because it is a cast iron pan. But next, we're gonna hit it with just a little bit of vino. And just a little bit, because we're just making enough sauce for one steak. It's not a whole buffet or anything. Come on. You can smell that, man. The fruit from the wine, the beef, the garlic, the rosemary. We're just gonna move that around just a little bit. We're gonna let that reduce by about half. We're gonna hit it with a little butter when we get back, and then it's time to slice that steak. Okay, our steak is rested. This is the moment of truth. I'm so fired up about it, man. So check this out. This fat that we rendered, and we basted in that butter and garlic and rosemary. It's amazing, right? Look at that. This is the end. Where's the? This is the end piece. It's so tender and perfectly cooked. 3 minutes aside. Don't forget, it'll cook evenly and it'll cook perfectly. Next, we're gonna come over here. Remember these guys? Those mushrooms? They were already awesome to begin with, but what did we do? We added that rendered fat and butter and rosemary and garlic. We added that into it, stirred that around. And no, I'm not putting it directly on the steak. I know a lot of places do that. For me, I don't dig it simply because, well, if I have a perfect crust on a steak, I don't want to soften it with, accoutrement or mushrooms or onions or anything like that. We rendered down the fat and put that Merlot in there because I just wanted a little bit of sweetness. And this is going to be the perfect sauce to marry with this steak. Now this, I'm just going to go around the sides. Let's try it. Let's try that steak. The flavor of a good ribeye is just, for me, unbeatable. Seasoned properly, cooked properly. Man, basted in that butter, it's just this unctuousness that is just outstanding and out of this world. It goes so well with these mushrooms, that earthiness. So, yeah, I'm gonna get down to business here. I'm gonna have to turn this off because things could get naughty. Come on. Chomp Chomp Chewy. New home of the ribeye.